Alison Parker was one of the victims of the live TV murder yesterday on local news in Virginia. And her father, in my opinion, very bravely went on Fox News here, and he made the case for gun control.
Loved her, and she loved everybody back. And you know, I'm not going to let this issue drop. This is, you know, we've got to do something about crazy people getting guns. And and the problem that you guys have is that, and I know it's the news business, and this is a big story, but next week it isn't going to be a story anymore, and everybody's going to forget it. But you mark my words, my mission in life. And I talked to the governor today. He called me, and he said, and I told him, I said, I'm going to do something, whatever it takes to get gun legislation to shame people, to shame legislators into doing something about closing loopholes in background checks and making sure crazy people don't get guns. And he said, you go, I'm right there with you. So, you know, this is not the last you've heard of me. This is something that is Alison's legacy that I want to make happen.
Too soon, Mr. Victim's father. You know, come on, the bodies aren't cold yet, and you're out there saying stuff like this. I mean, what is her family going to think? Oh, you are the family. Oh, and you're standing next to the person who she was engaged to as well. Oh, so both of you are in the family, and you're out there saying, maybe we should fix the problem instead of putting our head in the sand and acting like there is no problem. Well, I mean, more guns equal more peace. Shut up. That's the counter-argument. It's coming. You know it's coming. We've heard it a trillion times before. Here's a very simple question to all people who say more guns is always the answer. You do know that the U.S. already has more guns than other modern industrial nations, right? Way more. We have over 300 million guns in the U.S. So, I'm going to use your logic here. Very straightforward. You say more guns equal more peace. We already have more guns. Why is it we don't have more peace? Perhaps because that argument is, what's the word I'm looking for again? Incorrect. Not true. Wrong. No, and it is wrong. Anybody who follows me on Twitter, you saw me going crazy earlier. There was a Harvard study, or more specifically, it's a Harvard meta-analysis, which looked into all the reputable studies on gun violence. And they found very simply, when places have more guns, there is a higher gun violence rate and a higher homicide rate. That's directly from them. It's a Harvard meta-analysis. So, you know, this idea of like, well, come on, tomato, tomato, your opinion, my opinion, whatever, bro, it's an open question. No, it's not an open question. It's not an open question. I just laid out two facts for you that are irrefutable. The Harvard report, which says, yeah, more guns equals more gun violence. Durr. And the fact that you say more guns equal more peace, we have more guns, and there's not more peace, there's more violence. So you're just wrong. There's 32,000 gun deaths on average in the U.S. every year. 32,000. Now that includes everything. Homicides, suicides, accidents, you name it. Everything. But 32,000? You don't see numbers anywhere near that in the rest of the modern world. For fuck's sake, imagine if 32,000 people died in the U.S. from anything else. From anything else. Imagine a Muslim terrorist killed 32,000 people in the United States every year. Ugh. We would invade virtually every Muslim country on the planet, except, of course, Saudi Arabia, because they're our oil butt buddy, and we give them hand jobs. Bush walks around with them, makes out with them in the fucking rose garden, tickles his asshole, and all that fun stuff.